Welcome to the BumbleKast. I'm your host, Ian Flynn, the Bumble King, and joining me as always is my Bumble co-host, Kyle, JCRB Krause.
Hello, welcome back. More BumbleKasting time. You guys are insatiable with these questions, I'll tell you what.
Yes, they are. They all come from our patrons over at patreon.com/BumbleKast, Ko-fi.com/BumbleKast, and our YouTube members.
Our show notes have more words than the Cimmerillion, I swear.
But is it any easier to follow? Let's find out.
Let's start off with this one from Allison S. You recently answered a question where I mentioned that I played in a softball league with my coworkers. We actually won the championship, but I firmly believe this is because my coworker brought her cat to the games we won, which were the only games we won. Sports are mysterious like that. Anyway, how would Honey, Blaze, and Big do as mascots of an intramural softball team?
First off, congratulations. Go team.
Very nice.
Secondly, you're absolutely right. The cat brought the good juju to your games. This is a scientific fact.
Uh-huh.
Number 3, Honey would be a fantastic mascot, right? She'd design her own costume. She'd throw herself into the role. She'd get you pumped. She's the ideal mascotter.
She's out there dancing. She's having a good time.
Yeah, shoot, she'll even sub in if somebody needs help. Tag me in, coach. You don't have any equipment. Tag me in. Blaze, the exact opposite. She does not like being out on the stage. She doesn't like performing for people. She doesn't like that. So not having a good time. Big, I think you need to coach him a little bit, but once he gets into the groove, I could see him being a good mascot. You know, he's singing, he's dancing, he's having a good time. Maybe you need to say, Big, the segment's done. Go sit down. They're watching the game now. Okay. But, otherwise, I think he'd be all right. Until he realizes that Froggy's gone missing and wanders out onto the field. But,
Yeah. I could see Big doing that clappy dance that he does at the end. It's very much in the spirit of a sports mascot. All right, here's one from Alolan Figment. Recently, the lead developer of Sonic Speed Simulator has mentioned that Sega deemed the game quote-unquote canon, which is why they can't use any characters that are dead like Tikal and Chaos, non-canon characters, or classic characters like Mighty and Ray. I know you aren't involved with this game, but I still wanted to hear if you had anything to add to this.
I'm not going to weigh into it anymore.
All right. Here's one from Alphamon or Yukin. While Yu-Gi-Oh! Is a fun game, many of the cards are known to tell actual stories with the images alone. I personally think it's an untouched and missed opportunity since there's never been any actual series exploring the lore within the cards themselves. So I ask you, Ian, if given the chance, how would you handle a Yu-Gi-Oh! Series that takes place within the world of the cards?
Not being familiar with the stories that are being told, I don't know. Do particular suits, series, themes of cards tell a particular story, or is there something interwoven between them? Like, how does it tell the story within these cards? If you're going to do... Oh, shoot. Let me pull up what little I remember. Pot of Greed versus Blue Eyes White Dragon cards. Do they have any correlating story elements, or are they their own different stories? I would assume it's the latter, but I don't know for sure.
They aren't all connected, apparently. But
they're all connected?
No, they aren't.
Okay. Sorry. No, that's fine. It's like, how does Celtic Warrior work with like the toy themed cards? But I think what you could do is Pokemon did a whole series of like little short animation bits that covered key story segments throughout the games and whatnot. You could maybe do something like that, a little overview of the story, or a little mini series, OVAs maybe, if you want to go really crazy with it to tell that little story. Do, I don't know, spin-off material? Oh, goodness, a comic book, perhaps?
What? Insane. Next question is from Andrew D. Currently, Sonic Chronicles, which ends on a cliffhanger where Eggman takes over, is non-canon. But at the time it released, back when its status as canon or not was unknown, it came out the same day as Sonic Unleashed, which opened up with a cinematic where Sonic defeats Eggman. Do you think at the time this was an intentional connection? On a related note, it would be fun if it was canon, because why not have more toys to play with? Do you wish it was canon so that you could use its material?
Those are two completely different questions. You need to stop sneaking questions inside of questions, guys. This is not only Andrew. A lot of you do this, but you need to cut it out. And you fear it everybody else. I don't believe it was any kind of intentional connection, especially since from what I remember, Chronicle starts off with saying it happens 2 years after Eggman's latest defeat, or at least the bulk of the game does. So that right there has a built-in time skip. So that would assume that Unleashed and everything after that is also 2 years later, which I don't believe was the intention. Also, that kind of suck because you have this great cliffhanger. Oh no, Eggman's conquered the world and only Sonic and his small band of friends are left to oppose him. Anyway, Sonic became super and won. That's a terrible way to cover Chronicles 2. I mean, even if the majority of the game was, the gang fighting back against impossible odds, forcing Eggman into a space fleet and gathering the emeralds so Sonic could do the Unleashed intro, it's like, who cares? You already saw how it ended.
Yeah.
No. It's better this way.
If you say so. Arc Beetle has a question. Beach party of 4, and the conductor's wife, Lanolin, Rouge, and Vanilla. How it goes?
They all have a lovely time.
I don't see what the big deal is. They have fun. They're good.
Lanolin's going to make sure everybody's well stocked with sunscreen and water and food. Everybody's going to hang out and be civil. Like, at worst, you have to make sure that Rouge didn't take your cell phone when you were out in the water, but...
Oh, she took it. She just put it back. She copied what she needed from it, and then she put it back. Easy. Artie Stroke has a question. Parent Trap time. Cream can see what's happening, and after patiently explaining it to Charmy, the two of them start working together to get Vanilla and Vector on a date. What sort of shenanigans ensue, and how much of it is Charmy's fault? I want to ask if they succeed, because come on, we obviously know the answer there.
The obvious answer is everything is Charmy's fault, but the punchline should be that the final contributing factor that causes the ultimate disaster is Cream's fault, and she's just devastated because she's been running interference with Charmy this entire time, then she makes the oopsie. At least I think that's funny. Maybe I'm mean-spirited, but...
Rude.
There's a lot of scenarios you could do with this. Like they actually go out somewhere and Cream and Charmy are stalking them, trying to make sure everything goes fine. Or it's a casual in-home date thing and Cream and Charmy are trying to make sure that everything's set up. What might be the most fun is Cream and Charmy set up their own like little outdoor restaurant pavilion thing so that they can absolutely control every scenario, the food, the atmosphere, everything. And Vanilla's just tickled that they're playing pretend, and what a lovely little play date. It has a theme. And Vector's like, yeah, play date between the children. That's what this is. Aye.
Sorry, Vector.
First thing Cream does is grab the plates of Play-Doh food away, going, no, Charmy, those were the practice runs. You can't serve that. Charmy's like, why not? I eat it all the time.
But Vector and Vanilla have a nice time in the end, right?
Oh, absolutely. They're gonna play it up because the kids need to be encouraged.
Okay, but they know what's up, right? And we know where this is gonna go, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Come on.
Vector and Charmy go back before it gets too late for his bedtime. Whose bedtime, Vector's or Charmy's? I'll leave that up for you to decide.
All of them. And we got a question from Ava Arctic. Pre-reboot Archie spoilers. We see in one of the future timelines how Silver is taking mentorship from Mogul, who seems regretful for his villainous actions in the past. Was Mogul truly reformed, or was he manipulating Silver, similar to Memphis, Tennessee was in 06?
It's been a bit, but I'm pretty sure it was meant to be legit, a sincere desire to fix things. We wouldn't immediately make that clear, of course. It's Mogul. It's more fun to have that lingering doubt, but I'm pretty sure we meant for him to be sincere.
Weird. I didn't know he could be sincere.
Oh, he can be sincere. It's just he's verbose.
Well, I mean, that's true. All right, here's one from Bladed Fox 14. Would Bean be jealous of Tails from the amount of bombs he used in Tails' adventure?
That piddly amount? Surely you jest. That is your name, right? Bladed Fox Shirley?
Shirley? It could be Jest.
It could be.
His name could be Jest. Could be Shirley. Who knows?
Yeah, he applauds the kid's effort. That's a respectable novice amount of explosives, but leave the demolitions to the experts.
Chaos Sonic 1 has a question. You get the chance to write a crossover of 2 series along with Sonic and a franchise of your choosing. Sega is allowing it, and depending on how well it goes, it can be canon or non-canon. Now, what is this crossover, and why?
Well, it's got to be Mario.
That's the crossover you would choose?
I mean, if I have the choice, if I'm given the creative reins, it's got to be Mario, because that's what everyone wants.
But what do you want?
I want people to be happy.
Well, what would make you happy, Ian?
Nothing. Ever. I'm a bitter old man, Kyle.
What if we asked this question to you like 10 years ago? Then what would you say?
Probably something obnoxious and upbeat, but hiding the truth.
Oh, okay.
Beyond Sonic, I personally would want Mario because, dang it, we're owed it. The Olympic Games were fine, but we need an actual proper Sonic Mario adventure. Come on. We're due. Beyond that, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that could probably work. I know we've talked about Sonic and Crash, Sonic and just about any mascot-driven game out there, Sonic and Star Fox, so that they can be perturbed by the lack of pants or the overabundance of pants. And the thing about Sonic is it works so well with everything. You can find some common ground, I'm sure. Even the most oddball thing can be made to work. But yeah, it's Mario, man. And before you say, what about Mega Man? We had 2 Mega Mans, and one of them was great. We don't need to go back there. We've tapped that well.
The other one was pretty good. Hey.
It's all right.
Give yourself a little credit. You did what you could with the immense amount of toys that you had at your disposal and the amount of time you had to play with them. All right. Here we go. Comic the Hedgehog has a question now. Given Shadow's love of coffee beans, it's safe to say he has an odd food palate. Does that mean he's the only person who loves Mehburger and thinks it's the best food in the world? Is Dave the intern dumbstruck when Shadow pulls an Oliver Twist and asks for more?
No, because Dave's used to this. He's been preparing orders day in, day out just for Shadow. And frankly, he's happy with it because, it means he meets quota. His boss is going to be happy with him. Shadow's his best friend in this regard. Not that Shadow remembers his name, but,
it's fine.
They're going to open a whole new franchise on the other side of the island thanks to Shadow.
What's funny is that this episode has another question about Shadow's food preferences that we'll get to later. So
I also really, really like the idea of Shadow just loving Mehburger. Like he shows up all scowly, walks up to the counter. Your usual, sir? Yes. Sits down, glaring at the food, takes a bite, and then just all sunshine and rainbows going, and then he's done. Does this 3 meals a day. Nobody actually is around to catch him because it's Mehburger.
Silly.
You go to his weird mystic cave. He's got one of every happy toy.
Oh, Shadow just likes the simple things in life. He's
not happy meal toy. Happy toy.
Happy
the toys
toy.
are happy. The meal is not.
The toys are happy. The burger is meh.
Eggman's seeking him out because he has the rare toy from that one line that he never could get. He got the book instead. Why is it so easy to make Boom episodes? My God, this is gold.
We've had a lot of practice. We really have.
God, we should be up to season 7 now. We're robbed.
I know. I mean, at least it could have kept the comics going. Jesus. Anyway, Conga has a question. If Surge were to use something more powerful than the Dynamo Cage with wisps, do you think she'll chase her power trip into self-destruction again? And would Starline's ghost return with a greater vengeance?
Depends on the context. Like, why is she seeking out this power and what is she using it for? Is she accomplishing her goal or is she coming up short again? It's not so much the device, it's the personal driving force behind it. She had already been humiliated by Sonic once. She wanted the power to overcome and just stomp him. At this point, she's in a somewhat different headspace. but I could also see her wanting to prove herself and needing the edge, or feeling like she needs the edge to do it. So maybe. Ghost, I think she's worked way past. I'm not sure.
And a question from Dawson the Dachshund. Elmira Duff comes to Sonic's world. What happened?
She sees Starline, says, "Ooh, a ducky," hugs him. They both get hit by the rock. Everybody's happy.
Oh no, she gets isekai'd with him.
No. She doesn't go on to any other world. She's just gone forever.
Oh, darn. I thought she was going to go get isekai'd into Pinky, Starline, Elmira, and the Brain.
Oh, no, you followed me here.
And we got one from DDRMM. Sonic Princesses I Want Song Part 2. What would Sonia, Alicia, Saffron, Tiara, and Sonia sing for one? Why is the Sonia on here twice?
I don't know, but it makes my job easy.
Are there two Sonias? Wait, I guess it could be talking about Sonia, Sonic's sister, and then Sonia, Sonic's daughter from Archie.
Drat.
Yeah, sorry.
I thought I had an escape route, but you closed it in my face, Kyle.
I think I figured it out. I'm just like, Sonia's on here twice. Like, huh? Wait a minute, hold on.
Yeah, you're probably right. So,
I gotcha.
Underground Sonia is wishing that she had, her posh lifestyle back and a well-made meal and not having to wash out slide, having her wardrobe back, and complaining about all the stuff that she used to have in her high society life. But it comes around to the poignant final note that she just wishes that she could see her mother and be a family again. Alicia her song's about wanting a better future for her kids and peace and love and happiness and everything, with the surprise gut punch twist about how it's nothing that she ever got to experience.
Oof.
Saffron, basically Alicia's, but no surprise twist. She just wishes things were better. Child Sonia wants chicken nuggies. That's the entire song. Chicken nuggies and stay up past her bedtime.
Yummy.
And, she wishes she could go on adventures with her dad out in the public, but she's already been, sneaking off and running around behind him, and he never noticed. He totally does. And that's a cute version of the song. And Tiara sings about how she wishes she was real.
Oh, Tiara is real in our hearts. Please, don't do this to us, Ian.
Or she just has a snappy number about pineapples. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Pineapples. Fine. I want Tiara to be real. Please let Tiara be real. Anyway, speaking of real, this question that we have before we take our break is very real. It's from Dewdrop. Ages ago, I asked about pseudo-canonizing the name Strawbunkle on behalf of a good friend of mine. A gesture that helped mend a spat. Thank you for the help. Yet it helped despite Mr. Flynn misunderstanding the question. I just meant the one died in their lover's arms Coco that followed Amy around, not the whole species. To bestow that single living gravestone a name where it previously had none. I understand that this isn't legally binding, but I'd at least like to get a no to the correct question.
Did I misinterpret it, or did you word it poorly?
Why not both?
Because I legit don't remember this at all. So, sure.
I think it was naming the Coco.
Yes. What do you want?
Naming the Coco that Amy helped in Frontiers.
Yes, I understand that now, but here again. I understand it isn't legally binding, but I'd like at least to get a no to the correct question. Well, what was the correct question? Am I saying no, they're not straw buckles? But you said calling them straw buckles mended the rift between your friend. What do you want from me? Sounds like you're not being very clear with your question. Dewdrop. Anyway, please get back to us in about 4 months to clarify again, and I won't remember that either.
Come on, guys. When you bring this stuff up, you got to remember to give us a little context, because we answer a lot of questions and we forget a lot of things.
Also, comment below to let me know if you enjoy sass back Ian, or if that's insulting and you're actually mad at me, and which I'll dial it back and apologize. I don't know which version of Ian you want here. Sassy Ian, supplicant Ian of the hat. What are we doing here? I don't know.
I mean, sassy Ian is funny.
Strawbunkle Ian, I don't know. What do you want from me? You know what? I'm confusing myself. Let's just take a break, and we'll be back with more BumbleKast.
The straw bunkle will eat itself.
We have an ad here from Chaos Sonic 1. This is time to help a friend of mine, Una Florin, and her husband, H/. Una Florin's tumor has returned and she needs help getting rid of it. Any donations and commission help for the operation would be wonderful. You can help support her by going to her Ko-fi, that's ko-fi.com/FlorinRosie, or support her via adopting her art, they look cute, or you can also help them by asking her husband for commissions. He's at Hyro_/ at Twitter, and while they have already collected the amount needed, it never hurts to have a little extra just in case of more fun surprises. Thank you from Chaos Sonic 1, and from those of us here at the BumbleKast. You can find links down in the description of the episode. We're back, and we're starting off with our weekly giveaway question. Follow us on Twitter, Tumblr, Blue Sky, or Facebook to have your chance to have your question answered on the show for free. This week's winner is...
Sock on Chips! Sonic Shuffle doesn't say if Illumina made the precious stone, only that she protects it and has the power over the dreams it makes. So, since it has the power to make imaginary world, was Illumina made by the stone as well, killing her when it shattered? To be honest, Voida and Lumina reforming into the precious stone as shards, bringing Illumina back, has always been odd to me, because Illumina's connection to them, or the stone, hasn't been explored, and I don't know if that was the point, or if I'm pulling at straws.
Yeah, I got nothing. I've looked into it a little bit here and there, and it's confusing. So... if we ever return to Imaginary World, that'll need to be figured out, I'm sure. But for now, it can be a mystery. Or maybe it's just dream logic.
Dreams. In the night, you dream delight, as they say. As they say. Here's one from Domino. When will Surge get her own motorbike, and her own set of firearms, and her own self-titled game?
I don't think we're going to see a Surge game anytime soon. However...
You say that.
The idea of her in a motorbike with a sidecar with kit that he's custom fitted with a railgun that's powered by her pure spite is kind of fun. Not going to lie.
Yes. And then she has her own set of firearms, and she just looks at it like, why do I have this? I have zappy powers.
A whole set of different railguns.
I guess that'll be good. And Surge can finally say damn.
There you go.
But that's the spiciest she can get in that one.
She sees Sonic and goes, finally, I can tell you to your face when I think about you, you long string of beeps. Oh, you've got to be kidding me.
Oh. Sorry, this game's not rated M.
I can't even say beep. Damn it.
Oh, she can say that one.
Where's that damn 4-letter word?
Surge tries to curse, but it comes out as fiddlesticks. Ow. Double L has a question. I've got a timeline question, and I know those are a sticky thing, but I need answers. Which branch do you think Echoes of Wisdom will slot into?
If we're even going to prescribe to the timelines thing there.
Well, hold on. I do want to say that recently it was revealed that Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom are their own timeline, separate from everything else.
Well, I mean, it has to be.
So, which is good. I mean, it didn't stop people. It didn't stop people from
games, but whatever.
It didn't stop people from trying to slot it in somewhere,
No.
But officially, apparently, they are their own.
And I got to prescribe to... I would have been okay with the idea that Breath of the Wild happened so far down the line that the three reconverged and, the legends of each became so muddled. That's why it's a hodgepodge of things. Because it's fun. It's a fantasy thing. But
yeah,
saying it's its own thing, that's fine too. Echoes of Wisdom, given the art style, is like the remake of Link's Awakening.
Yeah.
Maybe it's in that branch, but I am not going to stay up at night trying to figure that one out. It can be its own game. That's fine.
Yeah, that's fine. Whatever it wants to be is good with me. And here's one from Dove. So Tangle was away from town for a while. In that time, a strange new villain came through and turned Whisper, Lanolin, and Jewel into 12-inch plushies. No worries, though. They will return to normal on the next new moon in 2 weeks. But Tangle doesn't know this. She just knows that she has 3 really cool plushies of her best friends now. How does this go for Tangle over the next 2 weeks? How do Lanolin, Whisper, and Jewel react after changing back? Were they alive the whole time?
I mean, it's more fun if they're aware in these kinds of scenarios. But they're actually not going to be in too much trouble because, Tangle's like, oh, sweet. I don't know where these came from. These are cool. They're going in the collection. And they go up in that big, hanging net of plushes that are just one corner of a room. And then she sees something shining. It's distracted for the next 2 weeks. And then they reconvert and they're just jammed up in that net in the corner of the room. But they're fine otherwise.
They saw everything Tangle does when Tangle thinks she's alone. Which
is the same as what she does when she thinks everyone's watching.
Yeah, which is not anything different. Not anything different at all. And here's one from Fang. Since Sonic Movie 3's trailer has been out for a few days now, I wanted to ask a simple question. What are your honest thoughts on it? What do you think of Keanu as Shadow? Got any predictions or hope for the movie in December?
It's a movie trailer. It's fine.
It certainly looks like Sonic.
Some of y'all got way too worked up about this commercial for a movie that you're going to see anyway.
Well, I mean, people were excited. But, I mean,
I'm
they were wanting it. People were starving for a trailer. People were begging for a trailer 6 months ago.
To be teased about a movie you're going to see anyway. They're not going to reveal anything.
I know, which is funny.
What is
it's like you're
what
not
is Shadow going to look like? He's going to look like Sonic. We've had Tails and Knuckles that it's established.
Guys, you're not the target audience. You're not the target audience for a trailer. I think people are just really excited to hear what Shadow would sound like, to be fair.
Yeah, sure. And not that we got a ton to work off of, but I do like that it sounds like Mr. Reeves is trying to do something.
Yes.
If it had just been his regular cool voice, that would have worked fine for Shadow, but it actually sounds like he's trying to act it out, put effort into this to be Shadow. And that's neat. I like that just fine. There is a anger in there that we didn't even get in John Wick, and that's kind of fun.
Yeah.
So I'm going to leave it there, though, because I do know stuff, and I should not talk about the movie beyond that.
Okay. I mean, I thought it was pretty neat. Keanu Shadow's pretty cool. I don't know what Gerald's doing there. That's weird. Some weird stuff going on.
Mm-hmm.
Maria's there. That's frightening. People are gonna clap for what happens there.
It's a good trailer.
Yeah.
I mean, it sets up the scenario. It sets up the stakes. It shows that Shadow's going to be very cool and beat up everybody. It creates the mystery with Gerald appearing before Eggman. It's a good trailer. It tells what the story is going to be without telling you everything about it, which trailers seem to do these days. So yeah, it's a solid trailer.
There's a little bit of live and learn in there. There was some Green Hill in there again. I mean, we could have had another Sonic song, but whatever. Green Hill's fine. Whatever. Now we just have to wait for the next trailer when they reveal the rest of the movie in full.
No, it's okay. We can go just straight to the movie now. We don't need any more. We're done. We don't need any more.
We'll get more though. Yeah. I think you know too much.
Oh, I do. I absolutely do.
That's the problem here. You know too much. What does he know?
You know how it goes now, children. # knowing smile. La-di-da-di-da.
Thank you. He said it. He said the thing.
I say the thing. Yay, confetti.
All right, Frozen Apple Juice has a question. Tails gives Bomb a new voice chip so everyone other than Heavy can understand him. What voice does the robot rebel now have? Is he verbose like Heavy, or the complete opposite and more of a foul-mouthed Jersey accent?
Okay, number one, I'm not that big a fan of apple juice, but right now frozen apple juice sounds absolutely delicious.
I love apple juice. What are you talking about?
Sounds so refreshing.
Delicious. Oh, man. I want it.
And for voice, absolutely he's got to be the foul-mouthed Jersey. I mean, if he's already kind of the R2-D2 to Heavy C-3PO, you gotta go, gruff working class voice.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm blowing up over here. Hey, Dale, thanks for the voice. Ping, ping.
I like how he still says ping ping.
Oh, yeah.
Good.
Look at this ping, ping over here. Total ping and his ping, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, I'm going to count down from 3. You better start running.
That works.
3, 2, psych!
Good. Good. And here's one from Godzilla. At the Shadow Dark Beginnings panel at Anime Expo, Shadow's VA Kirk Thornton suggested that Shadow likes jalapeno poppers with caviar mixed with the cream cheese. Does this count as a fan idea? Because I feel like this should absolutely become canon alongside Shadow's love of coffee beans. Or maybe coffee-flavored cream cheese and the poppers with the caviar. It sounds disgusting.
You know, that's just words on a page, but it had an actual physical reaction out of me.
It is a little revolting to think about.
I'm going to ping all over this ping, you know what I'm saying? Hey, I don't even have a digestive tract. Yeah, no, I'm okay with that never ever seeing the light of day ever again in any context. But if that is your favorite new headcanon, I will not dismiss it. Embrace it. Enjoy it. Just keep it to yourself.
I mean, he can like more than one food.
Can he?
He
Can
could. He
It's
could.
Shadow. I mean, it's a miracle he likes one thing.
Well, you know, he needs sustenance, doesn't he?
He's the ultimate life form. He probably can get by on photosynthesis.
I don't know if that's how that works. What? Geo Knuckles has a question. A new Power Rangers Megazord introduced in Gigabash game called Rojak. Zords are Red Beetle, Blue T-Rex, Yellow Gold Eastern Dragon, Black Tank, and Green Durian Fruit. Which Sonic cast would pilot them?
The general answer to this is whoever you want, but back this up. It's like, what is the theme to this? Red Beetle. Okay, sure, that's an animal. Blue T-Rex, I don't see the correlation, but okay.
But cool.
An Eastern Dragon. Okay, are we mixing various Zord types from over the ages? Black Tank, that's not even an animal, that's a tank.
And a
Durian fruit?
And a green durian fruit.
How does one pilot a durian?
What is it? Does it roll around? Does it have wheels? What is going on here?
What does it contribute to the overall Megazord? Is it like a mace? Is it the chest cavity? Is it a stylish helmet? I tried to Google this. I can't find anything.
At this point, Power Rangers is just like, screw it, you'll buy it.
I mean, I can't really dismiss it out of hand. I'm really curious, but now I want more like an actual like cornucopia themed Megazord.
The durian fruit. The durian fruit holds all their backup emergency food.
All right.
I don't know. I'm just spitballing ideas here. They gotta sell toys, Ian, and they had a lot of extra durian fruit toys laying around from something. So they really needed to sell them.
I just want to see the morphing, sequence. Durian, avocado, pineapple, banana.
There has to have been a Fruit Rangers by now, like, right?
You would think.
Like, I mean, they did trains. I'm really sad we never got the trains. Like, come on.
The Megazord can look like the Chiquita Banana Lady. It'd be great. No. The Chiquita Banana Lady is the Rita stand-in.
There you go. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh boy. And then Donkey Kong from the Donkey Kong Country cartoon shows up. What in the world? Just rolling around. Gideon W has a question. Silver seems to have an issue with introductions. He was introduced in Sonic 06, and that erased itself from the timeline. He was then given a new meeting with Sonic in Rivals 1, but Rivals 1 is now a gray area at minimum. Silver would only have 2 nickels that we know of, but it is a trend introduction to the series that keeps vanishing from continuity. So the question is, the reason why we haven't seen or heard of Silver's parents because they were at his introduction of the world. What?
I get the joke they're trying to make.
Okay.
Rivals 1 is canon, and Silver's parents are in the same like green room as everybody else's parents.
Okay.
Except for Vanilla.
Why is the room green?
I don't know why they call it a green room.
Oh, I thought you meant it was a literal green room, like not just a place where they're hanging out.
It's probably a Green Hill room because it's inescapable.
It's green room zone. Here's one from Happy LGPK. What will you do if Sega paid you to rewrite Sonic Unleashed or Sonic Frontiers games? Would you do it for a Sonic chili dog?
Not for a chili dog, but for a paycheck, sure.
Would you rewrite Sonic Frontiers? You already wrote that once.
Hey, they're writing the check. I'll rewrite it however they want.
All right. And how would you?
What's that? You want it to be nothing but flashback references? Can do, good buddy. Seems to be the only thing people remember about it anyway.
Yes, and it happened like what, 2-3 times?
Maybe.
And then add more references to the past into Sonic Unleashed. There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
Written by Ian Flynn.
Make the solid connection to Sonic Chronicles. Why not?
You're so sassy this episode. All right, here's one from Happy Times. You've said that Super should be a special event and you didn't want to use it in the first arc. However, you did use Burning Blaze in the first arc, making her the first heroic transformation of the comic, but only to fight some of the Egg Fleet and not against either of Neo's 2 transformations. Tails gave in-universe justifications, but I'd like to know your reasoning for writing it this way instead of including a transformation versus transformation fight or just saving Burning for later too.
Well, one, it was kind of already set up. The Blaze has to travel dimensions with the Soul Emeralds. She wouldn't leave them out of her sight. We had to think of a way around that later on. Mm. So when faced with a cataclysmic issue, she's going to use that power, obviously. And what she did was she took on an entire fleet, whereas you needed a small army to kind of almost reach that level of damage on their own on the other side. And then the very first story arc in Sonic's new comic is going to have Sonic facing his evil robot twin. We're not going to steal his thunder. That doesn't make any sense. So we wrote in the reasons why Blaze doesn't just fly in and melt the guy from orbit. Now there you go.
Even though she easily could have, because she's Blaze, she can do whatever she wants, and I'm not going to question it.
Now, it would have been stupidly sick for Super Neo Metal to fight Burning Blaze. You're not wrong there, but I can't think of everything.
And they probably would have been like, but it's Sonic's book. You can't do that now. Oh, well, at least we know that Blaze is the coolest. Hearts13 has a question. In Sonic Underground, Dr. Robotnik has the same design as in Sad AM. He retains that body in Season 2, only his wardrobe is changed to the outfit from SA1 and 2. Could the Julian look of Underground Robotnik pull off the modern outfit of Game Eggman?
In a hypothetical Season 2, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Trying to slap the SA1 suit onto Sad AM's body.
I mean,
maybe. I mean, it kind of worked in Sonic the Comic.
With some adjustment, I think it could work. UK Sonic Comic did it, yeah. Fleetway. I mean,
the weirdest thing is that he's got, because the whole thing with modern Eggman is he's got those really long limbs, and Sad AM Robotnik has little stubby baby legs.
Yeah.
Big honking gorilla arms. So it would look weird. I don't know if that would work. It's not working in my head, at least.
I think Fleetway made it work out all right.
Yeah, but Fleetway's Robotnik wasn't...
I guess he was a little more kind of Adventures of-esque.
Yeah.
Or so. But I mean, I'm sure someone's drawn it somewhere at some point. Hero Squad has a question. If the Battle Cuckoo Empire produced Coca-Cola products, what kind would they be? And would they be called Coca-Cola?
Yes, that's the joke I was going to make. But you got to it first.
You guys got to let Ian cook, man.
Actually, what are Coca-Cola's products? I know they make like half the stuff under the sun that Pepsi doesn't.
Fanta, Sprite, what else? I mean, all the variants of Coke, obviously. Dr. Pepper, no? I don't think so. I guess it depends on region. Surge they do make, yeah. Mellow Yellow, Mr. Pibb, Vault.
Well, I would look, except their webpage doesn't scroll for some reason, so.
Yeah, nope. Oh, Dr. Pepper, okay. Dr. Pepper is a Coke brand in the UK, but really? Not in the U.S. and
North
Canada,
America.
where it is its own. Well, Keurig apparently is the main company now.
Keurig owns Dr. Pepper?
Yeah, apparently. Weird.
What in the world?
Regional things are weird, and yeah, I mean, everybody's freaking, yeah, it's very weird.
There's a joke in there somewhere about Dr. Pepper and Dr. Fukurikov, but I cannot find it.
Keurig and Snapple merged, so I guess that's where that's from.
Keurig owns Snapple now?
I guess
they have to buy up all
and
the
Snapple
substance
owned and
machines are
Snapple
so
owned
bad.
Dr. Pepper. Okay, I don't know Snapple ever owned Dr. Pepper, but okay, wow, this is wow.
It's like watching amoebas eat each other in real time.
Yeah, and Coke owns Dasani, which explains why Dasani is gross.
I'll take it over Aquafina.
What?
Aquafina makes me sick, dude.
Really? Aquafina is just water. Dasani is all the one that has all the like minerals and salt in it.
Yeah, but try boiling Aquafina sometime and watch what happens. But no, whenever I drink that stuff, I get a headache, like a debilitating migraine. It's happened every time I've drank a bottle of Aquafina. It's the weirdest thing.
That's weird. I guess you need the
know what's in
chemicals.
I guess, but something in it like never fails. It makes me ill. It's the stupidest thing.
You need those minerals. You need that salt. You're a salty boy. You need more salt. And here's one from Horseweave. I've got good news and bad news, BumbleKast. The bad news, this is a shipping question. The good news, this is not a shipping question. What? Hold on. Serge and Amy become the Blues Brothers, or sisters. They're on a mission from Gaia to raise money to save the Restoration Orphanage from closing by any means necessary. And don't worry, Mr. Flynn, the use of unnecessary violence or jokes in the apprehension of the Serge/Amy fanship has been approved. What madness ensues?
I don't think we really need to bring ships into this. It's just Serge and Amy are the Blues Brothers.
Yeah, I mean, they're brothers. In the original movie, they were brothers. Please, I would hope that you wouldn't ship brothers. But
they would rock those suits, though.
They would look freaking awesome in suits with sunglasses.
And when they get to that dive bar behind all the protective netting, that first bottle comes through and Serge is just going to wipe the room with everybody. Never mind a musical number. You aren't going to hear them sing Rawhide. She's going to be turning them into Rawhide.
Oh, good. Yes. Oh, that car chase is going to be legendary.
Amy's driving, Serge is running next to it.
Yes.
She's knocking over stuff to clear way for the car.
Yes.
I was going to hit that fruit stand, Serge. Don't hear you. Going too fast.
It's 100 miles to Empire City. It's dark. And we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it! And Hydrix is here with our last question for this episode. With superstars revealing new lore with the Sungazers, one has to wonder if Gerald went to the North Star Island to research the history of the Sungazers, similar to how he researched Chaos. They seem to have a similar history to the Echidnas, and the draconic forms that they take when wielding all 7 emeralds would be of ideal interest to research. Could there be a possibility that the Sungazers and the Black Onyx helped further research in the creation of the Biolizard or Project Shadow in general?
I don't think it's impossible, but I really wouldn't want to make that connection. Because Gerald is already like elbow deep into the lore of so much stuff, you know? Let some stuff be not related to Shadow in any way. We already have enough. Connections have been made. Not everything has to be interconnected. I think I just felt my 10-year-old self scream in opposition.
Gerald just wanted to make his own lizard OC. Come on.
But we know the Biolizard was an accident anyway, so I wouldn't want to make a correlation between that and the Sungazers, because then that's saying that the Sungazers are somehow related to a completely unrelated accident with the Biolizard. Nah.
Well,
no. I think drawing that connection is more effort than needs to be made. Let it just be. Let the Sungazers be their own thing.
Well, no wonder the Biolizard was so ornery. You called it a mistake, an accident. Rude.
It was.
Rude.
Fact.
It's not its fault.
Well, no, that's why it's tragic, but it's the product of mad science.
Well, you know,
And now
the whole
very
franchise is a product of mad science, to be fair.
That I can't argue against.
Just like this show. Well, at least the show is mad. I don't know if there's any science involved, but...
More art, I would say. But anyway, thank you so much to everyone who supports this show. Mad science or art, either way. By supporting us on patreon.com/BumbleKast, Ko-fi.com/BumbleKast, or by being a YouTube member. Be good to yourselves. Be good to each other. Make sure to hydrate when you consume too much salt. And we will see you next time on the Strong BumbleKast.
Written by Ian Flynn. Calling back to the earlier jokes, making references to the past. That's how you know. It's written by Ian Flynn.
Well, yeah, I can't come up with anything original, obviously.
No, of course not. I heard the straw bunkle ate itself. Anyway, that sure was a Sonic 2006. You there?
Yep.
Oh, did you just cut off there?
I ended my sentence. There was a period.
Oh, okay. I thought you had more. I thought you had more to
It
that.
was an ellipsis.
Sorry. I don't know if Discord cut that off or if I'm just an idiot. Scared me. Ian with a hat.
Flynn, Flynn, the Straw Bunkle King.
Hat Ian for the next thumbnail. Straw Bumkle. Sassy Straw Bumkle King.
You've been listening to the BumbleKast, a co-production of Bumble King Comics and the KNGI Network. Original theme music composed by Ken Coda Snyder. Remixed intro by T-Lopes. Find out more information, along with podcast feeder links, MP3 downloads, and more at bumbleking.com and kngi.org.
Okay, the transformation. I'm seeing I've been shown the transformation, Ian. Yeah, that is that is a durian fruit. What is that? Oh no. The durian fruit comes down over their head.
Hold on.
And then becomes the armor. It's in the main chat. That's amazing. It's great.
All right. If you're gonna do it, that's how you do it.
I mean, that's great. And I get a durian knife to cut with. Perfect. Oh, it's Kamen Rider, huh? Kamen Rider. Okay, that was Kamen Rider. Okay, this is not. Okay, that's not Power Rangers. Darn. All right. Well.
Oh, that means there's 2 Sentai shows with durian themes. So
2, not Sentai shows, Ian. And also apparently it's orange. It's an orange. It's not a durian.
It has studs on it. What are you talking about? Look at that.
Yeah. And also calling Kamen Rider. Also apparently calling Kamen Rider a Sentai show is like verboten. I think we've just like caused an international incident or something.
Oh, whatever. They can be mad at me for whatever reason.
It's all right. The train rangers are the best rangers. Thank you, chat, for that one.
And getting us back on track.
Yes.